killed, at least it'll be by a musketeer.
Good heavens, Athos. Is this your man?
It is?
Mine also. I'm fighting him at 1 o'clock.
Now I have an appointment with him at 2.
You, Aramis?
Yes, I fight on account of a theological dispute.
A point on Saint Augustine.
Yes.
You, Porthos?
I fight because I fight. And you?
Upon my soul, I do not well know. Except he hurt my shoulder. Gentlemen, I must apologize.
Apologize?
Do not misunderstand me, sir. I ask only to be excused, should I be unable to discharge my debt to all three. Monsieur Athos, you have first call upon me. I'm sorry to see that I fight a man hampered by a wound.
Do not concern yourself on that score.
No, but I thought it might balance things more fairly if one of your friends were to offer himself before you.
Why not? 'Tis sound sense, Athos. And very generous of you, sir. Come. I'll take you first.
No. I like your proposition. It savors of a gentleman. But I fight as easily with my left hand as my right. You will have no advantage over me.
Then let us begin.
Hold! What is it now?
He has no seconds.
The devil know what he has. Where are they, man? You can't fight without them.
I must. I only reached Paris yesterday, and I know no one save Monsieur de Tréville. And I would not ask him.
Certainly not. Athos, how shall we proceed?
Oh, it's very simple. We fight with 1 second each. Monsieur Aramis for you, Monsieur Porthos for me.
Thank you, sir.
Does the ground suit you?
Ground? Perfectly.
When you please, boy.
I'm at your orders.
Musketeers dueling.
We have them in the very act.
The Goddess guards.
Sheathe your swords.
Musketeers!
5-3, we shall be beaten again.
No doubt on it.
Then we must die here. I cannot come before my captain again, a beaten man.
So, you fight in contravention of the edict. This is a serious matter, gentlemen.
It is nothing of the sort. We were amusing ourselves.
Stay, if you will, and enjoy the sport.
You sang. You had a solemn mass. We're offering you a friendly invitation. If you cannot accept it, be on your way. And leave us to enjoy ourselves.
Where's the sense in resisting? We are 5-3, and you are wounded.
5-4, monsieur. If these gentlemen will have it, sir.
You're not one of us.
I've not the uniform, 'tis true. But I have the spirit.
You are undoubtedly a man of spirit. What's your name, boy?
D'Artagnan.
Then, D'Artagnan, we are 4.
One for all and all for one.
So, you resist!
God's blood we do!
Me, Monsieur Guardsman, me.
Your good wife is looking well, sir. Again, improving all the time, sir.
Don't kill him, D'Artagnan.
Why not?
I have an old score to settle with him. I'll sound again. Make sure he's sword.
You're improving all the time, sir. Well done, country boy. D'Artagnan.
Wait.
Come, my boy.
I will see this young man. Confounded, I'll see all four. How do you know this D'Artagnan, Treville?
Very easily. He's the son of my oldest friend and comes from Gascony.
Oh, another Gascon, eh? Well, if he's all you say he is, we'll have him in the Musketeers.
Oh, not yet, sir. You've made your strict rules on that matter.
Oh, that's true. Still, we can't risk losing him. Something must be done. We must make it our business, Treville. Ah, come in, my braves. Come in, come in. I'm going to scold you. The devil. 7 of His Eminence's guards placed hors de combat in 2 days.
They come, Your Majesty, contrite and repentant to offer their excuses.
Sire, we will allow ourselves to be cut to pieces in your defense.
I place no confidence in their hypocritical faces. In particular, there's one there of a Gascon look. Treville, is this the fellow who bestowed that thrust on Jussac?
Truly.
Sire, but for this young Gascon, I should not have had the honor of paying my most humble reverence to your majesty.
Then he's a very demon. Yet I hear that Gascons are always poor.
Sire, there is no gold in our mountains.
But there are 40 pistols in my purse. Young man, I hear that you would be one of my musketeers.
Majesty, it is my dearest wish.
Young man, you cannot yet wear the uniform of a musketeer. It's too soon. There are certain strict rules which I break for no one. For the present, let that purse express a part of our satisfaction.
I thank thee, sire.
For the rest, Treville, admit our young friend here as a cadet into my guards. Then in 2 years, perhaps sooner, your wish will be granted.
Your Majesty.
Madam, you do us honor by your presence.
I came to bid your Majesty good morning and to wish you fair sport.
Small chance of that, I fear.
Why say you so?
Whether it's the game that leaves no scent or the hounds that have no noses, I cannot tell. But I haven't enjoyed a good day's hunting for the past month. However, there are compensations. You'll be sorry to hear, madam, that these gentlemen have given a great deal of displeasure to His Eminence the Cardinal.
It being my intention to destroy the city of La Rochelle. Those damned Protestants' last stronghold. The enemies of Mother Church. Does the Queen know my Lord Buckingham is coming to Paris?
I think not yet, Your Eminence.
I shall prevent the English from interfering on the side of the Huguenots. Buckingham suspects he has been led into a trap.
My Lady de Winter did all you commanded. When Buckingham left England, he truly believed the Queen had sent for him. I swear he suspects nothing.
It hardly matters. Take this dispatch to Bassompierre.
Hardly matters, Your Eminence.
Either way, he is besotted with the Queen. And being romantic and rash, once in Paris, whatever he suspects, he will seek her out. Your spies will report. Let the king know of the Queen's faithlessness, and he will be without mercy. A blow that severs that pretty head from its shoulders will free all France. No more shall we be plagued with Austrian intrigues and English adventurers. All power will be back where it belongs.
Bad news, Your Eminence.
Bad news for you, Rochefort.
In what manner?
Your men have lost the Duke.
Where did they lose him?
He entered Paris by the road from Pontoise, and they lost him thereafter.
Then they are fools. I shall be punished for their folly.
Buckingham has friends who will bring him in secret to the Queen.
His friends are known to us. We will find him. It's only a matter of time.
Time we cannot afford. There must be a swifter means. The Queen has a confidant.
That scheming Spanish.
No, not Donna Estefania. A woman of humbler birth who mends the Queen's linen. She's married to a mercer named Bonacieux.
Yes, I know her. She lodges 6 days a week at the palace.
She has access to Her Majesty. Is trusted by her. And ere now has served as go-between.
And Buckingham will use her to make rendezvous with Her Majesty.
Have her watched. If he does use her, let him carry his message. And then seize her. Is she pretty?
Why, yes, charming.
So much the better. Such women like their bodies too well to have them broken on the rack.
It is a miracle, D'Artagnan.
It's not the uniform of a musketeer.
Hmm? Oh, the uniform. It becomes you very well. Patience, D'Artagnan, patience. No, I was referring to your mother's balsam. All the venom has gone from my wound. I'm no longer even in pain.
I'll tell her when I write to her.
The right sleeve, below the armpit here. Looser, much looser. Hmm?
With respect, monsieur, the fit seems excellent.
For a citizen suit, no doubt. But this is a uniform. The gentleman who wears it expects to fight. He can hardly expect to do so if he cannot draw his sword. Hmm?
Of course, how very foolish of me.
Athos, is your servant deaf and dumb?
The understanding between Grimaud and myself transcends the use of mere words.
Does he never make mistakes?
Occasionally.
What do you do then?
I thrash him. D'Artagnan, my lodging here is a second home to Aramis and Porthos. I shall expect you to use it in the same way.
My dear fellow, you look quite splendid, doesn't he, Athos?
You see, D'Artagnan?
Blanchet. He comes from Picardy. I found him on the Port Royal throwing stones into the Seine.
And that is a reason for bringing him in here?
Of course. D'Artagnan has need of a servant. Blanchet is just the man for him.
How do you know?
Because I'm an excellent judge of character. I've spoken with him. I can tell you he's reliable, hard-working, and honest. Prove me wrong, I'll give you a dozen bottles of the best Beaugency.
If this be so, Planchet. Planchet, will you serve me?
Well, but not in those garments. Master Tailor.
Yes, monsieur.
Take that person into the kitchen, measure him for a good suit. A plain cloth. He also needs a square meal by the look of him. Grimaud!
It's a lucky find. You won't be disappointed, D'Artagnan.
I hope not. I'm very much obliged to you, Monsieur Aramis.
Oh, be seated, be seated.
I'm so glad that you've forgiven me that mistake I made over the handkerchief of the Duchesse de...
Chevreuse.
Chevreuse. Is she your mistress?
My dear fellow, please. D'Artagnan, I want you to understand that my dearest wish is to enter the church. I fly from all worldly things.
Porthos and I only foisted Aramis into the Musketeers to occupy his time. Is that not so, Abbé?
D'Artagnan, what progress you've made. You've got a fine new uniform, a servant with references provided by me. All you lack now is a proper lodging.
Nothing of the kind! Porthos! I have the very place.
You have?
And it's only 2 streets away. Our young cadet will live only next door. Thank you, my dear. Grimaud! Food! Come, my friend. And I'm looking after you, my dear.
But, Bonacieux, it was no word of mine that brought him here.
His Grace knows it now, madame.
Then bid him. Tell him I implore him. He must regain England with all speed.
He will not go without seeing your Majesty.
It is impossible. This is the Cardinal's work, that man of God who wears the face of Lucifer. A priest who in his lust for power once dreamt of making Frances queen, his mistress. 'Tis true, my little friend. recollection filled me with disgust, and I so scorned him that his breast cannot contain the hatred he now bears me. Heart and mind are set on my destruction. So tell, my dear Buckingham, we cannot meet, so he must be gone for his own sake as much as mine.
Madame, no words of mine would persuade his grace. He is utterly determined to see you, and for love of you would dare any hazard.
It is a love which will bring us both to the scaffold.
Perhaps the danger is less than it seems.
Less! Dear God, I feel it pressing on me like the folds of a shroud.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. He bade me speak freely and said you would not punish me.
No, Bonacieux. I will not punish you for any words of his.
He told me to say that you both know the trap that has been set before you, and therefore you can avoid it.
But they are watching for us, child.
The Duke has shaken off the spies who followed him and is safe in the house of Madame de Chevreuse. Trust me, madam. I beseech you.
I am afraid. Afraid!
No harm will befall Your Majesty. My life shall answer for it.
I do trust you, Bonacieux. Yet, how can it be done?
Tomorrow, I visit my husband. In the evening, when I return, I will bring his grace into the palace by ways so secret that no enemy shall ever learn he was here.
Not a palace, Captain, but it's clean and comfortable.
I'm only a cadet, not a captain.
You look like a captain, and I'm sure you're not. They'll soon make you one. Now, your servant can sleep in there.
How much is the rent?
3 pistoles a month.
3 pistoles. That is a month's rent in advance.
Dear young sir, you're a most obliging gentleman. Would you do me the honor of accepting a glass of wine?
With pleasure. Planchet, my servant. We shall live here. This is my landlord, Monsieur Bonacieux. You may unpack my things.
Yes, master. Follow me, monsieur. Your health, monsieur. I'm only sorry I cannot provide your meals, but there it is. My wife is only here 1 day a week.
Indeed?
Yes, in that respect, one might say that I was unfortunate.
Yes. May one ask, with discretion, where Madame Bonacieux spends the other 6 days?
At the Louvre. She's seamstress to the Queen. It's a great honor, of course, but from a husband's point of view, you're a man of the world, monsieur.
Yes, I can understand your feelings.
It's not at all satisfactory. I confess there are times when I regret ever having agreed to the match.
Do you not love her?
She's young, beautiful, and virtuous, and I'm very fond of her. But she has not a penny of her own. But can you imagine that, monsieur? A man in my position agreeing to marry a woman without a dowry.
Then why did you?
Because Monsieur Laporte wished it so.
Who?
Cloak-bearer to the Queen. He was also my wife's godfather, and a man of some influence. I, on the other hand, am only a shopkeeper. So you see, monsieur, I couldn't possibly afford to offend someone like Monsieur Laporte.
Why not?
Because, my dear young sir, a shopkeeper who makes enemies in high places soon has no shop to keep. Now, if you'll excuse me. No. Take your time, monsieur. Finish your wine at leisure. This is the day my wife comes. I have some errands to make. Take your ease. Take your ease, monsieur.
Master?
Hmm?
Do you mean to keep me?
As long as you do as you're told and obey my orders.
Oh, you can be easy on that score. I'm a good servant. And a man with a good servant fares better than a landlord without a wife.
Rogue! You've been eavesdropping!
Yes, master. I couldn't help it.
What do you mean you couldn't help it?
There's a board missing. And a hole in the plaster big enough to put your hand through. Well, I heard every word that passed between you.
Planchet, eavesdropping is for spies and thieves.
Like it's in a cupboard.
Well, sir, fill the hole and cover it with the wooden blocks.
Master,
What is it?
a woman. I never saw one half so fair.
Out of my way, villain. Blanche, she's a goddess. What beauty. I never saw such grace and charm.
I told you so. Yeah, we Picards make good servants.
Who are you? What do you want?
You're to come with us, madame. Do not resist. Your husband is away. There's no one here to aid you.
What manner of men are you?
That does not concern you.
I am the mistress of this house. I belong to the Queen. You cannot touch me.
Run to the house of Athos. Do as I say. Turn to come armed.
If you will not come of your own accord.
I will not. I will not! No! Please, I beg!
Seize her!
I beg you, please! No! Leave
Damn her, man!
Please! Oh, God! Oh, no! Don't get me, please! Oh, no! Oh, no! Who are you?
My name, madame, is D'Artagnan.